Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another Slime Isekai Memories video. So today I have for you the question collection slash survey that they have just pushed out kind of a few hours ago. I don't exactly know how long it's been, but they tweeted out a link that you can click on and it'll lead you to a questionnaire, basically like a space where you can drop down your questions and stuff. And we're going to be talking about that today. But for that, if you're new here or haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, and leave a comment talking about any sort of changes you want to see come to the game or any questions, I guess, that you've asked the developers. I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions down below. And it'd mean a lot to me if you could do that. All right, so let's get into the questionnaire. Now, I've already filled out my questions and stuff. I don't know if it goes beyond this. I just decided to leave it at this. But they did say in the earlier part that these questions have the potential to be on the live stream. I assume they're going to do it based on how many of a specific question they have. So the more asked questions will probably be answered, or the ones they can answer will be on the live stream. So I have a few questions here and I guess a few comments, right? And we're going to go over them and kind of talk about why exactly I have them here. So the first one, a one I've been a big advocate for, is when will the general banner pool be updated? I want to know. It's been so long. It's seemingly not tied to a celebration because they did it not during the 6-month anniversary, and it's been a while. So I'm sure a lot of people will be asking this, and I really just want them to answer when exactly they're planning to update the general banner pool. Below that, we have when will you increase drop rates for conquest. Me personally, I don't know how it is for all of you, but me personally, I feel like conquest drop rates are a bit low for how much stamina you're putting in, because stamina bottles are a bit hard to get in my opinion, and I usually like to save like a bit, and I feel like the rates should be increased, especially for like bronze hammers, just because you're not going to be using that many like gold and platinum hammers, right? But you'll be using a lot of bronze and silver because you need to evolve your equipment from the base 3-star to 4 to 5 and so on, right? So I think they should increase the drop rate for at least those and the reforging materials, because you go through those a lot. Like recently I've been doing a lot of gear upgrading and I burn through these so fast, and I feel like I just don't get enough to replenish it. Like I still have a decent amount, but I'm worried I don't want to like drain it all. So I feel like they should increase the drop rates for these or have other avenues where you can collect these. Now, the third question, when will we be able to parallel process tempered edge? I feel like it's almost the same thing in terms of drops as conquest, but I don't see why they don't have it, right? Because tempered edge is endgame content, right? EX3, it's for like endgame players. I don't see why we can't just parallel process it. So yeah, I just want to know when they're gonna add it, right? The question we have after that is, will there be higher stages for ability release quests and gold quests, and will the drop rates be increased for these? So I know currently we have the beginner, normal, and expert modes for these quests, right? But I feel like the drop rate in these is not that good. It takes 40 of each, 40/30 of each for the level 80 ability release. I don't even know what to call it, like grid, I guess. And the drop rate for the ability release is kind of bad. If you run like 20 or 30 runs in a row, you'll maybe get like 150, which you'll burn through really fast. right? Um, and for gold quests, you use so much gold just in general when upgrading buildings, and especially in forging, that I feel like we should just increase the drop rate for these because, oh, I spend 80 stamina bottles to parallel process 999 stamina for the gold quest. Great, I get 2.3 million gold. I'm gonna upgrade all this gear. Great, now I'm at like 500,000. you know, it's a bit ridiculous. I don't know how it is for you all. Let me know down below. But I feel like gold and ability release, I'm kind of tired of just having to spam run it when I can be running or playing other modes, right? That's just me though. So below that we have the drop rates for the EX ability release quests are way too low. They need to be increased significantly. Maybe not significantly, but they do need to be increased. I don't like it when I do a daily quest, when I save up for days, and then I do an ability release, the EX one, for one ticket, and I get one, like, stone, I guess, every single run for like 5 runs. It's so, I don't understand why they gate it so that it drops so little. I guess they want you to like specially choose which characters you open the EX ability release for. But I don't see why you don't just increase it a little bit. Like, why does it only drop 1? It should drop more than just 1. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just think it should be increased. Next, we have kind of just some side questions, like will the elements of the movie units correspond with the element of the month? I don't know if they're going to answer that, but I felt like I should just ask it anyway. There should be a section in the info page for Heroes Jubilee that shows the type of orbs you will start with on turn 1. This is just a me thing. I don't like having to just go into a battle not knowing what orbs I'm going to change in Heroes Jubilee, like especially for the boss battles. I know you could just wait for someone to do it, but if you're just doing it as soon as the event comes out, or you just want to like do it without looking at other people's progress first, I feel like in the info page they should just have what orbs you're going to start out with, like 2 green, 4 blue, or something like that. Like, I feel like it's not that hard to have on the quest info page. I don't see why they don't have it. Next, will you ever release units with different elements during the same month? Just a personal question, because like I know constantly we get characters with the same element in the month, obviously, because they want to flesh out that meta for the month. The only thing that I can think of that was different was when they released the 2 dark units, Dark Diablo and Dark Rimuru, during the space month, which was a little odd. I don't know what made them do that. Why dark of all elements, There's just like a seemingly random drop. They're just like, oh, part 3 or part 2 banner, here you go. So just like a personal question, I just want to know if they will. Will there be a way to convert lower tier skill upgrades into higher ones? Now I'm talking about like when you do a predator battle, right? And you get like the body and spirit empowerment, the gray ones, and you get 3 of them, and then you stockpile them. Will there be a way to, take, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them and turn them into 1 gold one? You know what I mean? It's just not something too important. I just wanted to know if they plan to do that. The cost of the flashback crystals are way too high. The price for units and gear needs to be lowered significantly. This is just, I don't know if it's just me. When I see the flashback crystals, like, it's cool. I think the concept is really good because it allows people to catch up, and grab certain free-to-play characters that that they need, or like to flesh out their team a little bit more. But why do they cost so much? Like, flashback crystals, sure, you're not going to be investing all of the monthly currency into the flashback crystals, but why does it take so much to get a 6-star of the free-to-play unit? And then you need to awaken their gear, and then you need to get all their skills. and all that stuff. And then you need to buy their cores, right, to upgrade the equipment. It's a lot. It's a lot that you need to buy. A lot of them kind of suck, honestly. Like the only good ones are what Rimuru and Geld. You can use like maybe Shinsha, Mulan just for the orb change, I guess. I think that's pretty much it. I don't really see any other free-to-play units, but just the fact that they cost so much, like how can you expect people who haven't played during those months to catch up when you have to like split between all the different items that you have to buy in a normal shop, right? I just think the price should be decreased a little bit or maybe up the conversion. But that's just like a problem that isn't too big, if you know what I mean. Next, will there be more added to the Seeds of Growth exchange shop and the friendship shop? Now, currently they're kind of just okay. I get that, especially like the friendship shop, you know, you don't want to put everything in there. I just want to know if there's going to be any upgrades to it. The Seeds of Growth, I think maybe they could add a little bit more. I think currently it's just like stamina bottles maybe, and like the ability release stones, some crafting materials, I think. But you know, why can't they add other things into it? I guess it's to not help the whales so much, maybe, or they just don't really want to put much in there. But I feel like they should just add more into it anyway. The next one, please bring back older challenge events permanently. This is a very small thing. I want more events to play in the game, outside of the standard event and like the progression stuff. You know, like Separate Edge, Conquest, all that stuff. Sometimes challenge quests can be fun, or you can bring them, like bring a certain unit in if you want to like show them off or like see how good they are. Or maybe bring back some of the rewards that you could get, right? I don't see... I mean, I can kind of see why they don't bring it back permanently, because it's like a monthly thing that goes with certain events, but I feel like why don't they just release one every month? They could have some permanently. Not that big of a deal. I just added in because, you know, why not, right? Next, in the future, will you buff older characters that are outdated, and how? This is just like something that I play Dokkan, right? And they have the EZAs and stuff like that. And it helps older units become a lot better and actually viable in today's meta. And I was just wondering if, like, are they gonna buff older characters? Like, I know it's way too early to even think about it. But I don't know. I want to know, like, will they have a way to buff characters? Like, are they planning on creating some sort of system like that? And how? You know, like, how would you do that? I just want to know. The next one we have is, will the different forms of Jubilee appear depending on how the meta for the month operates? I'm sure we'll find out next month, but I just wanted to know, like, are they going to keep it the turn limit? Will they make it back to like the water one where you just have to like stack a bunch and then just nuke the boss to death? Something we'll find out in the future, but I don't know. I just wanted to ask. The next one is, increase the drop rates for gold quests and ability release quests. Too low at the moment for the amount of stamina they take up. Like I said before, I just think up the drop rates a bit. They don't have to make it incredibly absurd, but at least up it a little bit, you know what I mean? That's just me though. Next, will there be more story quests like Diablo, Veldora, and Maid quests? Now, for some reason, like they just started doing these, where it was basically like a story quest kind of for the month. They would turn it into like a separate quest where you just go through specifically the story and you get like a small amount of crystals or something. I don't see why they don't just add that for next months going forward. you know, like next month maybe they can add I think the fire story, you know, with like the new year and all that stuff. And then you just keep adding it every month. Um, it doesn't give that many crystals. I don't see why they don't just do it. It could be a good way for everyone to at least build up a little bit more, gives crystals and all that stuff. I don't see how it could be a negative thing. Unless like, I guess if it floods the tab, but you could always just make like a separate tab for it, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So next, will any of the Isis copy characters become playable? So you know what I'm talking about in the original story, like the Benimaru, the Shion, the Gobata, the Ranga, the Phobio, the Kari, all these different types of characters. Just wanted to ask, like, will they be playable? I was thinking maybe, I mean, you could make them like a free-to-play team with a free-to-play Isis as the leader, as the protection character. I don't know how that would work, but I mean, it could potentially be a thing. I kind of got that idea from Dokkan, you know, like the Ginyu Force team or whatever, where you have each unit, and then you have, you know, Isis as the protection character that buffs specifically them. I mean, I guess you could make it buff other characters or specific types, but you know, that would be if they actually implement it, right? Next, will there ever be an event that allows newer / free-to-play players to build a runnable team without heavily relying on the banner units? Same thing as the previous question. Just will they release some sort of like event that allows like that you can build a full team instead of just getting like one character for the month or the element, if you know what I mean. I don't really see it happening, just because of the way they operate things and operate elements and stuff like that, but it could be like a cool concept right later on. But we'll have to see. And the last question I have, or last comment I guess, is that the special missions menu needs tabs for the specific events, so you don't have to scroll endlessly to find the missions that exist. It's just a personal thing of mine. I know they added the show / hide finish missions or whatever, but I feel like they could just separate the missions into like Crucible, Conquest, Tempered Edge, Heroes Jubilee, the food quest, you know, make it those specific tabs that you can tap on instead, rather than just an entire list that you just have to scroll through to find. I feel like it's such a headache, especially the Crucible missions. Like, there's just so many, right? I wish they would change it a little bit. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this bottom one. I think, I mean, I just checked everything because I'd love to see everything. Costume exchange, I guess I was kind of like, don't really care about it too much. My free answer, I saw it in, I think, the other Japanese game that they have for Slime, where they did Angels and Devils. I think that'd be interesting. And yeah, I think we just submit all of this. And there you go. That's the survey. If you guys have your own opinions and stuff, I would suggest filling this out. Maybe your question could be on the live stream next week. Next week, Thursday, I believe. I don't know what time. The same time as usual, I think. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you're new, or if you haven't yet, leave a like and let me know down below what you guys think. That's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.